a beautiful sight, isn't it? And it's just as peaceful out here. But welcome back to Indian Trace. Now, somewhere up there where my marker is, I found another, let's call it Spool. It's an artifact, but I wanted to give a preface before I got up there, and I just ran into a couple more pieces here. And why I call it a spool is because in some measure it could have been used for capturing and keeping the sinew, which is super thin in many cases. And they drew it out, and then they'd want to dry it or maybe even keep it moist. So it could be a spool. It is not an ear spool. And you're going to see it in a second. I'm just checking some of this stuff out. Tip. I am at Sacred Sands. And I had a couple people say, you know, I used to love it when you did join the hunts. And what a time we've had through this last year, right? I love it because for me, this last year has been the testimony of freedom. It has. And freedom's testified by its enemies. You know, it never changes out there. Where's my marker? That you can be sure you're going to know a man by the enemies that man has. And if you happen to be friends with that man's enemies, then you're that man's enemies. It's funny, isn't it? So I judge a man by his enemies, and I can make myself a friend of you if your enemies are my enemies. It's pretty simple. Try it out on some folks or people that you know. Politics or not, it doesn't matter. Now, look at this. Look what I saw. It's pretty bright. I almost decided I'd leave it alone because I thought it was just a stone. Now, all those up there, those are some pieces that I found recently here. And they're great, but this is what I saw right here. Okay? Now there's lots of different stones that I don't pick up pieces. I still feel that the eye is so much better than the camera. But I want you to see something if I can get down this low. I think on the edge, I mean, it's way too round going on. And I think on the edge here, just about to flip it over, on the edge is a channel. I call them spools. I might have 5 of them. Soapstone. It's worked. Once you clean that channel out. But they channeled around the whole thing and took time to do it. Those spools are rare. Oh, as I like to say, far more rare than these. And look at these finds, which I think capture the imagination of so many people out there looking for points and what have you. Unbelievable master collectors, which many of you have become. Look at these. These two were found yesterday at B&B Field. I just went and checked some of the little outline areas. I'm getting bit tremendously by mosquitoes. Look at this little drill. This little piece here is absolutely transparent. It's quartz. Funny stuff, right? So I just save it and put it aside as some of my better finds of yesterday and today. I do have some brokes, don't worry. I mean, look at this broke. The base of a Guilford straight. And then two great pieces here. Soapstone for sure. Now once that channel's cleaned out, the only reason I know it's not an ear spool is it wouldn't have held in there. Ear spools had, at least from Cahokia and what have you, had thicker grooves in the middle to hold the ear and stay in the ear. This has a channel for sure. It's so smooth, you can tell it was in the hand right here. Those are plow marks. There's no need for that to get broken up anymore. Gosh knows what it is. Look at that. That channel goes in a little ways too. They cut it. Super rare, really cool finds. I don't know if the exposure's coming in. I hope everyone finds